Number 2, Georgia is going to number 16, Ole Miss. And Georgia and Ole Miss, well, let's just say Jaxson Dart and Carson Beck.
Okay.
I don't think that people who really pay attention to college football, I don't think those people ever had Carson Beck even in the same stratosphere as a Jaxson Dart. I think it's like, to me, it was weird for people to like Carson Beck so much going into the season.
Just like what the logo institutions, he put up in stats at Georgia. At first, I like his physique.
AJ McCarron effect.
Yeah. So even me, like as far as Beck coming out of high school, I liked him because I really like his physique. He's 6'3", but I think he's like a big 6'3". I think he's like
6'4",
6'4". Okay, 6'4" is a guy, but I think he
he came in 220.
Yeah, but I bet he has big hands and big feet and a huge dome. I can tell he has a huge dome. I can tell that. Yeah. But I think like he bigger than your average 6'4" quarterback in just terms of his dimensions.
Yeah, but his head looks like he'd be drinking that stuff on The Simpsons, like
Ken Griffey.
He'd be on it. Hey, it's all good. You got you a Cavender sister. You good? All right, but as far as Jaxson Dart versus Carson Beck, Jaxson Dart having a career day, 515 yards, 6 touchdowns, without Trey Harris out there.
Yeah.
Do you think that he's officially jumped has Jaxson Dart officially jumped Carson Beck on everybody's board?
Yeah, to me, without a doubt. And then we talked about this maybe in the last couple of weeks. When a quarterback in his college career, we like to see them get better year after year, and that's exactly what Jaxson Dart has done at Ole Miss. He's Lane Kiffin's best quarterback that he's had in there. He broke the school passing record this past weekend, so I think he's parlaying this season and his career at Ole Miss into being like maybe a first-round pick, possibly, if somebody falls in love with him.
I think he's a lock.
Lock?
Because I think, the league is so if Bo Nix can go top 20.
And then
and the thing is like if you look at him and Cam Ward's like career numbers and their highs and lows, it's like their numbers are almost identical. Height, weight is almost identical. To me, guess what? I know you GMs out there. And guess what? He's the best runner of the 3.
Oh yeah.
He's the most mobile of the 3, and
who's not afraid to take off at all.
Yeah, he's not afraid to take off. And and even this week, whenever people were talking bad about him because he went and dressed up for Halloween, went and had the best game of his life.
Yeah.
The greatest game for any Ole Miss quarterback, which includes
Eli Manning.
OG Archie,
Yeah.
which they didn't throw the football back then like that, but it's still something to be said. Eli, you know what I'm saying? And even just all these Lane Kiffin guys, Matt Corral, who at one point in time people thought would be a first-round pick. But I think it's just very impressive what Jaxson Dart did, and I just really think that there's 3 guys that are first-round picks, and that's it. They have first-round grades, and it's going to be Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, and Jaxson Dart. And I think that there's a big drop-off. But it's like, to me, Curtis Rourke can sneak in there.
Yeah.
Being 6'4",
let's just say what it is. Quinn Ewers and Carson Beck are not first-round picks.
Hey, we said it the other week. We wasn't playing. They was fighting for the top quarterback on the second day. On the second day, they ain't first-day picks.
Yeah.
They're not. They just aren't.
Yeah.
And it's just, and if anybody who thinks that it's because, whenever I posted, I think I posted one of our, a clip of us talking about Cam Ward. Somebody said in the message, never even heard of the guy. How's he supposed to be the Heisman Trophy winner if I've never heard of him? I'm like, because people like you are the ones that say Carson Beck's a first-round pick because you only know 4 quarterbacks. Stop talking.
Yeah. And to me, it's like, that's what we talk about. These 3 quarterbacks get better year after year after year, right?
Yeah. And to me, I think Dart's a lock and Beck is just not. And I think that if these interceptions keep coming, this guy could end up being drafted on day 3.
Yeah.
And
11 picks this year when you only had 6 all of last year.
Yeah, and I just think the athleticism of a Riley Leonard, you know what I'm saying? There's just, I think there's guys that have just jumped him. I think Garrett Nussmeier, Jalen Milroe, Dylan Gabriel, who was always over him, I think, in my opinion. And to me, I think that if anybody doesn't draft Dylan Gabriel over Carson Beck, you a height surprise.
If you get Carson Beck into if you combine, you get him into your team room and interview him, why didn't you beat out Stetson Bennett? Why did you had he's 5 foot nothing, 100 nothing pounds.
That's what they said to Joe Flacco when he got interviewed. Why did you beat out Tyler Palko?
Yeah.
He's like,
it's the same rule. They call it the Flacco rule. That's my feeling too. I can't draft Flacco in the first round because you got beat out by a less physically talented quarterback.
But the thing is, he said they weren't going to let me beat out Tyler Palko.
Oh, really?
It's like he was the state player of the year for this many years, and I'm a kid from a neighboring state. He's like they would never let me. It would take him getting hurt and me playing well for me to have that job.
That's a great answer. Great answer.
To me, it's he made it political.
Yeah, but guess what? Tyler Palko has one of the weakest arms I've ever seen.
But don't you remember Tyler Palko was
he was balling. He was a baller. No, he was great. He was really good.
Yeah.
He was a baller. Baller.
Yeah. And
It's not an NFL quarterback, but a great college quarterback.
Great college quarterback. Yeah.
And because he didn't have the physical tools, not that he didn't have the mind to do it, didn't have the physical
those
tools.
guys end up making great coaches.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm pretty sure he's the son of a coach, and that's why he got to start as a freshman and pad his numbers.
That's that 2001 Elite 11 class with Vince Young.
Was he in that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, to me, I don't know if this will shock you, but here's a guy. If it comes down to it, and I need a quarterback, day 3, and he's there, I'll wait till the 7th round. And if he's still there in the 7th round, I would draft Ethan Gabers over him.
Oh, from UCLA? Oh, you're a fan of Gabers like that?
More than Beck.
Okay. Well,
I just think it's like y'all were both just as celebrated coming out of high school. And to me, like, at least Gabers has an excuse. Like, my coach left me. They brought in Dante Moore to make sure I couldn't start. They've done you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he's had everything go against him.
Yeah,
it's like I put Travis Hunter on the map as cornerback because I threw 2 picks to him in one game. Like,
well, if you're an Ethan Gabers fan, I got some good news for you.
Yeah.
He will be there.
Dallas Bias Club.